Hello guys and welcome to AK Architects Tutorials. My name is Abid and I'm gonna be teaching you 3ds Max 2018. We are an architectural firm located in Rhode Island, United States of America. We're going to do this series of tutorials for 3ds Max 2018, and it's gonna teach you everything from modeling to rendering a very realistic photos. This tutorial will be covering 3ds Max 2018 just from the architectural perspective, so we're not going to any animation or anything else. So let's start. First of all, you have to download 3ds Max 2018. You can go here to Google and type 3ds Max 2018 student. Press on the first link. Then it will ask you to sign in. You can sign in if you have an account, or you can create a new account from here. Pretty straightforward. To ask you just to put your email, your institute, because this one is a 3ds Max 2018 student version. It will give you 3 years for free to use it as a student, which is pretty convenient. You'll choose the version 2018, operating system if you have 32 or 64 bits, and then the language as you like. You'll download and install, open 3ds Max, and you will find these 3 screens. What are these 4 screens? What are these 4 screens? These 4 screens are views for the work view here, which is top, front, left, and the perspective or the 3D view. All of these can be converted to any of the others. So if you want the perspective here, you can change from this button here. Perspective, top, bottom, front, left, back, right. You can change any to any other view. For me, I find it very comfortable to work on one and maximize one viewport, and that's why going to the one you want, I'm gonna choose this. Go to this left, to this right bottom corner and press maximize viewport toggle, and it will become full screen. So as you can see here, I have a grid X, Y, and Z. I can keep this grid or remove it by pressing G. Some people like to work on it. So one more thing before we start checking the toolbars here. I find very comfortable working on orthographic view, which is less perspective, and I will remove the grid pressing G. Okay, so I'm gonna be telling you about all these toolbars, but just the thing we need, because it's a lot and I want to get into all of them. Probably we're not gonna use all of them anyway, so I'm gonna start just to do some experiment on it. I'm gonna create a box, just any box. You press and drag to make the 2D shape, and then release to make the height. Okay, I'll delete this one by pressing delete. So I'm gonna try these tools here. So this is called select and move. You'll press on the object, press on the tool, and you can select x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. As all Autodesk, you can just press Ctrl Z. You undo that step. So this is for the select. If you want to select and move X and Y together, you can put between on this corner here, or this perpendicular corner, X and Z. Same thing for Z and Y, and same thing for X and Y. If you wanna select and move from top view, you can press T on the keyboard, or you can just go here to this cube, top. Now I can move it as a plan. So this is for the select and move. The second tool is select and rotate. So you can select the object and then rotate by the angle you want. You can see here the angle is changing. You can also rotate with X, Y, or Z axis. So most of the time we're going to move stuff 90 degrees or 45 degrees, or all of these famous angles. So you may use this tool, which is angle snap toggle. It will just move any object you want by a certain angle you choose. So for example, here the standard is 5 degrees. So it's very easy to move an object 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, any degree you want, 5 degrees by 5 degrees. You can change that from here, right click and change angle from 5 to 45 if you want just 2 steps, 2 moves, and you move it to 9 degrees, or just you can change whatever you want. I think 5 degrees is good. So the third tool is select and uniform scale. So if you want to rescale a certain object, you can rescale it by using this tool. If you want to scale the whole thing together from all the axes X, Y, and Z, you press on the middle of it. If you want to rescale from a certain axis, you can press on the axis you want, Y, X, Z, the height, or as in moving, you can rescale from 2 axes by select the middle point. And that's it. I'm gonna go back to the original shape. So if you want to move something from the middle of it or from outside the shape, so you can use pivot point center, which is center of gravity or center of the shape. So right now it's on the edge of the shape. I'm gonna put it in the middle of the shape. Now I can move from the middle, which that's what we will use 99.9% of the time. The third one is from outside the shape. The first one is from the edge. I always keep it center. This we talked about. This one, if you want to draw something with certain points, or certain dimension, or you can draw on a plan with it. It's very useful. I'm gonna teach you this when we will start drawing on a plan. And we still have this tool, which is mirror. If you want to mirror the shape, but let me just create something else. I'm drawing a line here. I'll close the line. If I want to mirror this shape right now is selected. I'm just gonna press here, mirror, and it will give me these options. So I can copy and keep the original one, or I can make a new one and delete the original one. So it gives me some options. I can mirror on an axis also. I'll just keep it on the x-axis. Copy as mirror as instant, which is it will keep the original shape, but when you change anything here, it will change in the original shapes also. For now, I'm just gonna say no clone, and okay. So I have the object mirror. So that's it for here. We're gonna talk about these tools later when we're going into rendering. I'm gonna give you a fast view for these tools. First of all, you have here standard primitives. Standard primitives are the box, cone, sphere. You can just try generating some of them by your own. It's very easy. You have extended primitives, some famous shapes also, like Hydra, chamfer box, circle, torus. You can also try with these by your own. I'm not gonna get into them. You have a lot of ready shapes like doors and windows. I really don't use these. I never use them. For this second bar, it's called shapes, which is creating your own shape or creating a famous shapes, circles. It's just drawing 2D. Then you close line, you say yes. You can just extrude this shape and make a building from it, or any other shape you want. You can use the text tool also to write. So right now I'm just giving you a general look on it. For the third one, it's called lights. We're gonna get into this when we're rendering. For the cameras, you have here physical, target, and free camera, and these other you will not use it. For the second bar here, it's called modify. This basically has everything you need to do. You need to modify any shape, you need to model any shape. So here where you will go, we will go for the modifiers we will use when we're modeling, when we'll get into that. Basically, this is what you will need to know about 3ds Max. We will get into more details when we will start modeling. What is this course gonna teach you is we're gonna do this villa. It's from arcdaily.com. It's pretty easy for beginning, and then in future tutorials we'll get into more complicated shapes. We'll try, this is a real photo, we'll try to model this villa in 3ds Max, and then we'll render it with Vray plugin. So I hope we'll get a very good result, and I hope that you'll find it easy to work with me. Thank you very much. I'm Abdullah, and I'm gonna be with you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.